Hi, and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is a message from yourself 6 months from now. So what does future you want you to know? What has changed in your life? What do they want to warn you about? That is what this reading is about. There are 4 piles to choose from. I suggest selecting the pile that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose pile 2, Queen of Wands, because the sunflower on this card reminds me of the patch of like a sunflower garden that my grandfather had in his backyard when I was a little girl. So I will put the timestamps in the description down below. Feel free to pause the video now to select your pile. Thank you. If you selected pile 1, the 4 of Wands, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the 7 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the 8 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. For your Contemplation card, we got Pray. Okay, my pile 1, so what does your future self, yourself 6 months from now, want to say to you? We start off your spread with this 7 of Swords next to the Knight of Swords. And so immediately I'm hearing your future self wants to talk to you about this relationship. For the majority of you, I think this was a romantic situation that you were in. With this Knight of Swords figure, this person could have been a Gemini or another air sign, so Aquarius or Libra, but I'm hearing most strongly Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And this person you were in a relationship with, and probably the thing that initially drew you to this person was that they're very confident, they're well-spoken, they have like a lot of ideas, they seem really intelligent, and they seem very truthful. But the other side of this person, this Knight of Swords, was that they could be really blunt to the point of being mean. They don't really care about how their words affect other people. This is also the kind of person, I know women hear this a lot, so if you're a woman watching this and you were in a relationship with a man, for instance, you might have cried about something that this person did, and they were like, I can't take you seriously because you're too emotional. They wanted you to remove all the feelings from any, arguments you had, or they just couldn't take you seriously if you were emotionally invested in the situation. Because they are pretty emotionally detached. I'm hearing this person was not emotionally intelligent. And if you look at this card, one of the characteristics of the way the Knight of Swords is drawn is that the horse that they're riding seems like it's stressed out by what this Knight of Swords is doing, and the Knight of Swords doesn't seem to notice. I feel like the Knight of Swords character tends to think that their intentions, they always think of themselves as having good intentions, and they don't really care about the level of kindness that they use when they execute those intentions. So they might say, well, I think I'm right, and just say it in the most rude, mean, degrading way possible to you. And for a select few of you, I'm even hearing that this could have been a verbally abusive relationship you were in. If that's the case, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. But overall, I just think this character was someone that was in your life who you realized you needed to get away from because it just wasn't working anymore. And that's why we have the 7 of Swords at the beginning of your spread. And the 7 of Swords is walking away from this Knight of Swords, but she's still looking back. So I think it was a little difficult for you to leave this situation. You're still leaving 2 swords behind here. And I think what that is this sense of closure. Because I think for a lot of you, you weren't really understanding why this person was treating you this way. You felt like I did everything right. I don't know why they were treating me so poorly, to the point where I feel like I had to leave without feeling ready or satisfied, because it felt like the best option. And that left you in this 8 of Swords state, which is a feeling of being closed off, or feeling a little hopeless in a situation that is not actually hopeless. And like I said, I think for most of you, this is a love situation. So I'm thinking this relationship with this Knight of Swords character made you feel a little hopeless when it came to love. You felt a little bit down on it. You could still be feeling that way. You feel like it's out of your reach. You feel like it's not worth it. There's too many things standing in the way. You never know how someone's actually going to treat you when you're initially brought under their spell. And so you've been keeping to yourself, and you've kind of put yourself in this mental limitation when it comes to love and romance. But yourself 6 months from now wants to tell you that love is on the horizon. We have the Two of Cups next in your spread, which is a love card. And like I said, I do think for 95% of you, this is regarding romance. But if this resonates more with you regarding like a friendship or a family member, then take it that way. But with this Two of Cups, your future self 6 months from now wants to tell you that there is someone coming in for you. And not only that, but someone who's really sweet and emotionally giving, and much more willing to meet you halfway and discuss things and talk things out than this Knight of Swords character was. This person is really interested in coming from both an emotional and grounded situation, whereas I think this Knight of Swords was all like so emotionally detached that it was like if you even expressed a feeling along with something, they didn't want to hear it. But this person that's coming in with this Two of Cups, they are very good at communicating their feelings, but they're not ruled by their emotions in a way that makes them like impulsive or hysterical or anything like that. This is a very balanced person. I think this person is very calming energy as well. So who is this person that yourself 6 months from now wants you to know about? It is this Knight of Cups character at the end of your spread. So this could be a Pisces or another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, but most strongly Pisces. Could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And this Knight of Cups is someone who is very kind. They're very sweet with their words. They know how to approach people in a romantic way and speak to people very clearly about their emotions. They take into consideration other people's feelings, and they're also pretty patient, whereas this Knight of Swords character is someone who kind of wants things their way or the highway immediately. So I think you will be very pleasantly surprised by this Knight of Cups that's coming in, who is going to be very romantic, going to be a very calm figure, going to be very emotionally intelligent in the way that you have not experienced in the past, and it will allow you to kind of open up your heart to them as depicted in this Two of Cups card. So for your pile marker, you chose the Four of Wands, and I think this ties into this Two of Cups and this Knight of Cups energy. The Four of Wands is traditionally the card of wedding celebration, but it's also a card of stability when it comes to passion, when it comes to celebration. So I think maybe with this Knight of Swords, like I said, this person's very passionate, and it could have been one of the reasons why you were initially drawn to them. Maybe they pursued you really heavily at first, and you liked the feeling that they were all about you, that you really wanted, but that passion was fleeting. Then it turned into like aggression or arguments, and it just wasn't a healthy relationship. Whereas with this Knight of Cups person, they want to build a long-term relationship with you. For some of you, this could even be the person that you will marry, and they have a lot of passion for you. The Knights in the tarot are like the fiery kind of energies, and so we have fire and water in the Knight of Cups. So there's both passion and romance here, which is perfect for someone that you're dating. So this is someone that excites you, but also has the emotional intelligence and stability to make that excitement last. For your contemplation card, we got pray, which says you are never alone. You always have a place to go. Talk to the one who always listens. A holy moment awaits you. So I think the person that always listens is this Knight of Cups coming in. Like I said, they're very emotionally intelligent and they're very patient. And I think they're much more willing to hear you express your emotions. They can listen to you talk about something that's bothering you and not become immediately defensive or attack you in any way. This person is interested in resolution and being as healthy in a relationship as possible with you. So this is a very beautiful pile. Thank you, my pile ones. That is it for your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 2, the Queen of Wands, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the 5 of Cups, Judgment, the Fool, the 9 of Wands in reverse, and the 7 of Cups. For your contemplation card, we got meditation. All right, my pile 2. So what does you from 6 months from now want to tell you now? Well, we start off your spread with this 5 of Cups. So what I'm hearing is that I think this has already happened, but for some of you, this might be happening shortly. There is something that you have lost out on. For some of you, you made plans regarding something really big in your life. Like it could have been the place that you lived. You were really banking on having a specific job. It could have been like a really important relationship to you. But whatever it was, it fell through. And that was pretty devastating to you because you were grieving that kind of lost dream. And it's hard to know where to go from there because you have to completely reorient yourself. And that's why the next card in your spread is Judgment, which is really profound changes, specifically when it comes to your purpose, the way that you're viewing things. So I think for a lot of you, you could have experienced like I said, grief. You could have experienced a little bout of like depression from whatever this loss was. And eventually you realized that the only person who's going to turn this around for me and make lemonade out of lemons is me. I have to rely on myself. I have to change this for myself. And I think that you did, or it's something that you're working on now. So, for example, let's say you were in a relationship with someone and it didn't work out and it was really devastating to you, and you kind of cried in your bed for 3 months. That's fine. But then you realize, okay, being really upset about this is not going to, like, wallowing and not taking care of myself is not going to make me happier. The best thing for me to do is to be able to figure out things or opportunities that I can take that will improve my life or make me happy. And I don't really get like a relationship vibe from this, so it could be something like, for example, I would have selected this pile and I kind of had a situation where I had to move really abruptly less than a year ago, and I really had to restructure my entire life very quickly, like new job, new place to live, new friend group, all of these things. And so this is something really profound, though, with it being a major arcana in the Judgment. And it is something that has just completely transformed your life in some way. And the good news is that this transformation, this thing that you did to let go of all of these past things that were weighing you down, to figure out how to reinvigorate yourself, to go towards your purpose, is the thing that brings you into this full energy in the middle of your spread, which is all about being on the start of a new journey. And look at this beautiful yellow, which represents, joy and happiness. So you are on the cusp of being able to really be reinvigorated in your life and find a bunch of new things to be excited about, new things to love, new things to try, new things to experience. And the thing about the Fool is it can be scary to start off because this is the first card in the spread. This is the beginning of the journey. It can be difficult to not know where you're going to end up, but it will benefit you greatly to have a sense of optimism about the possibilities of what's out there for you, or the possibilities of what you can make in your life. And another thing that your future self wants to tell you is that 6 months from now, we have this 9 of Wands in reverse. So 9 of Wands upright is a feeling of defensiveness, of guardedness, of feeling wounded, of sometimes it can represent mental health issues. So in reverse, we're coming out of that. So we're moving on from this 5 of Cups level of grief. We're moving on from blanketing ourselves from everything around us, because sometimes the 9 of Wands energy is necessary, right? Sometimes we do need to take a step back and protect ourselves and put our guards up and recover. But always being on guard also limits the amount of good things that you are allowed to experience. So when you enter this Fool energy, you're also letting go of this defensiveness and this guardedness that is holding you back from the opportunities that you're destined for. And I really think you're destined for them with this Judgment card, because Judgment can also represent your life calling. So I think this thing that fell apart for you was definitely necessary in order to lead you to this more positive, more abundant place that you are going to be in 6 months. We also have at the end of the spread the 7 of Cups, which represents all of these awesome opportunities that before you might have just daydreamed about, but now you have them within your grasp. You have so many things that you can choose to do, where I think letting go of this one thing that didn't work out has opened you up to having so many more options and possibilities, because now you really get to decide. You get to build your own life. You are the person manifesting here. And I think that will be really beneficial to you to not feel stuck in the path that the you of the past had planned out for you, that maybe other people had planned out for you. Because now you, with this Judgment card especially, you have really had to examine what it is that you want out of your life and what paths you are going to take. And with the Fool, you have started to take those actions and experience them. So your future self, yourself 6 months from now, is also represented by your pile marker, this Queen of Wands, who is a hustler. She gets things done. You know, she sets her mind to something and she gets it done, and she does it, and she does it well. And people like her. They find her charismatic. They find her funny. They find her charming. They find her hot, if that's something that you want to be known as. So this is a really great energy to be in 6 months from now. So congratulations. And then for your meditation card, contemplation card, it says meditation, close your eyes, focus on your breath, and allow your thoughts to drift by. This will lead you to your own inner wisdom. Listen. And I really feel like this goes hand in hand with this 5 of Cups and Judgment energy, because I think when you are starting to feel down, when you're feeling down on yourself, or when you are not sure which way to go, when you feel consumed by the things that you've lost or that you've missed out on, that is when you really need to just let yourself breathe and listen to the inner wisdom, listen to that gut feeling you have of what you should be going after, because you can't change the past, but you can build your future. And that is something that your future self, yourself 6 months from now, is saying very strongly, is that you have learned that, and you are finally starting to reap the benefits of that and have a really exciting, beautiful, bountiful life. So congratulations, my pile twos. That is it for your reading. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 3, the Emperor, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and the King of Wands. For your Contemplation card, we got Boundaries. Okay, my pile 3s, so what does the you from 6 months from now want you to know? We start off your spread with this 2 of Swords followed by the 3 of Swords. And immediately what I'm hearing is that you have been in a situation, and I think for the majority of you, this is a romantic relationship. But there's some situation, some relationship that you have in your life or have had in your life recently that is something that has been pretty painful for you. And for a long time, you were stuck in this 2 of Swords energy where your heart wanted one thing. That's why I feel like for a lot of you, this was romantic. I really think that you felt very strongly for this person that you were in a relationship with, that you had a crush on, and your heart wanted them real bad. But you also knew that if you removed all your emotions from it, that logically this person was not right for you. There was something off about this, and it was hard for you to balance that logic with your feelings. And you also found it really difficult to be able to draw boundaries with this person. I think a lot of people that selected this pile are pretty conflict avoidant, so it's difficult for you to say, hey, this behavior isn't acceptable, I'm not going to put up with it anymore. And also I think some of you might have low self-esteem that makes you feel like you don't deserve to have boundaries. You don't deserve to have standards with which people can treat you. And for a lot of you, I also feel like there's this fear that, specifically if this was someone you were dating, that if you were to draw the line and say, I can't do this anymore, this isn't working out, you don't treat me well, then there is a fear that you will never have the kind of romance that you want. Like you felt like if I let go of this person, who else will be with me? And that is something that really held you back for a long time, where you knew that it wasn't working, but your heart wanted it to work. And you had these kind of 2 conflicting energies going around you about this person. But finally, we come to this 3 of Swords, which is a card of heartbreak. So I feel like for a lot of you, this relationship ended anyway, probably a lot more dramatically than you wanted it to. If it's a situation, it's one that ended poorly. It's something that has caused you a lot of grief and made you feel upset and sad and hurt. And the you from 6 months from now wants to tell you that the best way to overcome this 3 of Swords energy is by embodying this 6 of Cups card in the middle of your spread. So the 6 of Cups is being able to have wholesome enjoyment. It's about connecting with your inner child and figuring out the simple pleasures, the simple things that will make you happy. And this pile in particular is very similar to the first pile 1 that I did. So if you felt drawn to that pile as well, you might want to go back and watch that one. But the advice from yourself 6 months from now is that you need to really be kind and patient with yourself and really generous in the time that it takes you to overcome this, because this is something that has been painful for you, and you can't, rush yourself and expect you to be over it, even though it feels like you should, because logically this thing should have been over. It should have been done anyway, but that's not how your heart feels. And because of that, you sometimes feel like, okay, well, like I said, I think a lot of you are really hesitant to draw a boundary with this person in particular, because there was a fear that if I leave them, will anyone else want me? Will anyone else fill that role in my life? Will I ever be able to have the kind of romantic situation or whatever other kind of situation this applies to in my life? And yourself 6 months from now wants to let you know that yes, you can. We have the 9 of Cups next in your spread, which is a card of wish fulfillment. And it's a really beautiful card. You're so close to coming into the kind of emotional satisfaction that you want. You're so close to meeting someone who really respects your boundaries and treats you well and doesn't give you, like mental whiplash about what's going on. So all of these things that you've been thinking of, oh, this is the kind of partner that I would want, or this is the kind of job situation, this is the kind of friendship that I would want, whatever the situation is, thinking about that and really reminding yourself of the kind of relationship or situation that you deserve is going to be really key in bringing in this King of Wands energy at the end of your spread. So this King of Wands is the person coming in for you. This could be a Leo, an Aries, a Sagittarius. I'm hearing most strongly Aries followed by Leo though, and this could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So this person, the King of Wands, is someone who's very helpful. They're a natural leader. So if this is a romantic situation, they're definitely going to be the person pursuing you. They're very passionate. They can be really romantic. They are creative. They're good at resolving issues. People look up to them. People feel comfortable coming to them and talking to them. They kind of have a life of the party vibe going on. People are just kind of magnetically drawn to them. And I think you will be too. So you will be very pleasantly surprised that this person is so intent on filling these 9 cups that you have waiting behind you. They want to be the person of your fantasies. For some of you, this could also be someone that you have known already, or someone that you grew up in the same town, something along that, because the 6 of Cups can also indicate nostalgia or like your hometown things from when you were a child. So if you're the kind of person who has lived like in your same hometown for most of your life, I could see this being someone that you knew from school that maybe you haven't talked to in a while, that you reconnect with, and they really surprise you by how different they are than this person who broke your heart. Because the King of Wands is also someone who encourages the people around them to grow. In the movie The Devil Wears Prada, where Adrian Grenier, I forgot his character's name, he's a boyfriend, okay? He's Anne Hathaway's boyfriend. He gets mad that she's like being really successful and she's like killing it at her job. And he gets really upset about it, and he's basically like, well, you're basically like a sellout now. And the King of Wands is the opposite of this energy. The King of Wands encourages the people around them to grow and to chase their dreams and to evolve and change. This is not going to be someone that's going to guilt trip you for wanting to try new things, which might be something that you experienced with this 3 of Swords partner, where they basically were like, I don't want you to exist. I don't want you to grow or have interest outside of this relationship. So this will be a very pleasant change for you. Your pile marker, the Emperor, is also representative of the zodiac sign Aries, which is why I'm saying that this person that's coming in for you very strongly could be an Aries or have a prominent Aries placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. The Emperor is also someone who can be very protective of you. So I think this person, like I said, will be very protective. They will want to make sure that you're happy. They do not want you ever feeling like you cannot talk to them about something or feeling like you have to make yourself smaller in order to be in a relationship with them. This person definitely wants you to feel safe, both physically and emotionally. And for a lot of you, I'm picking up that this person could be a little bit older than you. They're a little bit more mature, especially in comparison to the person from your past that left you in this 3 of Swords energy. So for your contemplation card, we got boundaries, which says strong fences create strong relationships. Declare clear boundaries in your life, honor yourself, protect your sacred space. So like I said, I think one of the real big issues with this past relationship with the 3 of Swords was a lack of boundaries. I think this person really from your past took advantage of you, whether that's you did so much for them and they just didn't give you anything in return. You could have been like, the giver in the relationship, and you just felt like you were never getting anything back, but you loved this person or you really cared about them, so it was difficult for you to reconcile the feelings that you had for this person with the knowledge that the relationship was off balance or it wasn't symbiotic. But with this King of Wands person that's coming in, this is a very symbiotic relationship. This is someone who not only respects your boundaries, but encourages you to have them. They encourage you to have a life, to have things that you enjoy outside of them. They do not want you to ever feel like you are not allowed to have fun or have relationships or have interest outside of them. They never want you to feel stifled, because they think that is the quickest way to make someone feel suffocated in a relationship. They really encourage you to try new things, and they're always there to support you if things don't work out. This is a very sweet energy. So that is it for my pile 3s. Your future self from 6 months from now wants you to know that all of this, heartbreak, everything that you've been through will be worth it in the end, because ultimately it lets you understand the importance of being able to have boundaries and communicate those boundaries. So thank you, my pile 3s. That is it for your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 4, the 8 of Pentacles, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the 5 of Wands, the 8 of Wands in reverse, and the Tower. For your Contemplation card, we got Advance. Okay, my pile 4s. So what does a you from 6 months from now want to tell you? Well, we start off your spread with this Queen of Swords, and immediately what I'm hearing is that for a lot of you, you have been really working on advancing your life in some way. Maybe you just got tired of feeling stagnant. You were like, I really need to change. I need to improve my career situation. I need to really pursue these ideas that I've had that maybe I haven't put the effort into making a reality. I need to have a new friend group. I just need to buckle down and get serious about my future, because I think for a lot of you, you have been feeling a little listless, or you feel like you're just not where you want to be in your life, and you're very aware that to get closer to that place, you have to put in a lot of the effort. And so you have been embodying this Queen of Swords energy, which is someone that's really like no nonsense, very smart, very good at seeing the overall picture, seeing the plan, and they won't coddle other people's feelings. They just kind of say things straight up and have a very logical mindset about everything. So I think you've been really devoting yourself, especially in the upcoming 6 months, to kind of being like, okay, this is exactly what I need to do, and I need to do it like this, and I need to do it now. But we have this Ace of Swords, which represents a new form of information coming in for you, a new mindset. So I think even though you have this motivation to continue on and really embody the Queen of Swords energy and be like, I'm not going to tolerate anything distracting me from this path that I feel like I'm supposed to be on, there is outside sources. There are things that are affecting this journey for you. So we have the Ace of Swords. This could be a piece of information that's maybe a little bit of a setback for you. So for example, if you're really focused on getting your degree, maybe you have a setback where you don't do well on an exam, or you learn that you're missing like a required course or something like that. And in the middle of your spread, we have the 5 of Wands, which indicates conflict, petty drama, feelings of being in competition with other people, or other people kind of trying to hurt you emotionally, or just people around you being kind of immature and maybe not liking that you're focusing on yourself and you're really focusing on your own achievements. And with the Eight of Wands in reverse right next to this, the Eight of Wands uprights really indicates to me very clear, concise, fast, incoming communication. So with the Eight of Wands in reverse, it's a card of miscommunication. It's a card of some information being withheld from you. So I feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with specific people around you who are not really happy with seeing you succeed. And it could be that maybe they're just jealous of you, like they don't like seeing other people do better than them. Or it could be that these people already don't really like you for whatever reason. But at the end of the day, these 3 cards in the middle, these are minor arcana. So it's something that will annoy you over the next 6 months. It will be a challenge to overcome these outside sources, these conflicts, these miscommunications, these kind of this new information that comes in that makes you have to like rethink some things that you've been planning on. But with you being the Queen of Swords, you are very strong mentally. You are a forward thinker. You're playing chess, not checkers. So I have no doubt that you will be able to weather this storm, these challenges that are coming up for you in the next 6 months. And ultimately, that is really reflected in the last card in your spread, which is the Tower. And the Tower can be kind of a scary card for a lot of people to see in a reading because they just see kind of the devastation of the card. But like I said, I don't really feel like this is something really crazy for you. I feel like at the end of this spread, the Tower is more of a reminder from your future self that anything that doesn't work out, all of these obstacles are put into place so that way you can see like what's not going to work. If, for example, if you are relying on these people that are being overly competitive with you or who are withholding information on you, then that is happening. Those conflicts are happening so that way you are aware that you have to bypass those people or figure out how to do things more independently. If it's a source of information that comes in that you have to work around, it's because the way that you were going to do it without this information wasn't going to work anyway. All of these challenges are ultimately there as like a test run. It's like you figuring out, okay, this isn't going to work, so this will work better. It's to help you strengthen this vision that you have for your future. And that's kind of the ethos of the Tower, is that the Tower, yes, the Tower is crumbling down, it's burning, but the Tower is only crumbling down because the foundation of the Tower was not stable. It was never going to last anyway. Maybe you thought it was, but there's something wrong with the foundation of this, and you really have to build it from the ground up with stability, keeping in mind the correct architecture, the things that are going to make it last long term. Because you could build, they say they didn't build Rome in a day. You could put up something really quickly. You could go through something really quickly and in the easiest possible way. But the longevity, the true benefits of it won't come to you without having to go through these challenges and figure out the ways to strengthen this vision that you have for your future. And for a lot of you, I think this does maybe have to do with your career. So maybe it's finishing your degree, applying for a new job, getting a raise, something like that. And maybe you're having a few issues with coworkers who are just kind of arguing about you deserving that position, or you just found out maybe someone said that someone else should have gotten the job over you, something like that. Because the Eight of Pentacles is about really putting in the work and working hard and being good at the work that you're doing, and kind of keeping your head down and focusing on accomplishing the stability that you need in like a career situation or in a hobby. And also with the Eight of Pentacles, most of the time this card also indicates someone who is enjoying the work that they do. So I think even though you are facing these challenges, ultimately this is something that you're good at. It's something that you can persevere through. So your future self wants you to be aware that you should not be afraid of these challenges that are coming up for you, of these minor setbacks, because at the end of the day, it's only there to strengthen you. It's like, have you ever had one of those moments in your life where you kind of look around and you're like, if you had told me like 2 years ago that I would be doing this right now with these people in this place, I would have like never believed you, because all of these things had happened. These things that maybe at the time I thought really sucked, but ultimately it led me to like a different path that led me to this better place, to this better place, to this better place, to this better place. That is really the vibe of this pile. So for your contemplation card, we got advance, which says, take a giant step forward, a quantum leap. Congratulations, your efforts are now bearing fruit. And that's exactly what this 8 of Pentacles, your pile marker is effort. That's what it is, effort. And with the Queen of Swords, you're definitely someone that's not afraid to be putting in the effort despite the challenges that you are facing. And so that is why you 6 months from now is telling you that you have the strength it takes to persevere through these challenges, and ultimately you being able to be level-headed and face them and figure out solutions head on is going to be the thing that makes all of this effort that you've put in, all of these thoughts and all of this care that you've put in towards this thing that you're working towards, be successful. All right, my pile fours, that is it for your reading. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care.